Okay, so had the chance to talk to Charlie Puth about his new single, You Know What, Lightswitch, because it's been all over TikTok. Did we accidentally start talking about how I'm fascinated with rats? Yes. Did the interview go well? Sort of. Did I convince him to spend a few minutes on Rat Talk? I don't know. I did tell him that he should do so. Here's the interview. Charlie, nice to officially meet you.
Nice to meet
You
you
took
too.
over my TikTok. You took over my TikTok for a solid 3 months.
Really? Is it just
Yeah.
three? And then month 4, it was just macaroni and
then
cheese.
you were gone. I got to walk you through what happened to me because I finally got my FYP working for me. It was cat, dog, rat, Charlie Puth light switch situation.
Rat.
Yeah, I'm thinking about becoming a rat lady. Do you think that's weird?
You know, my manager has a pet rat
Yeah.
named Falafel.
Falafel?
Yeah.
I've been on Rat Talk, and it just seems like an enticing animal to have.
The rats are very smart. But you went on Lightswitch Talk too. That's even better.
I don't know how I got there. I'm appreciative that I did because eventually it morphed from what would happen if a song started like this? And then it was just, like a comb falling or a light switch being flicked. And then it transitioned into the parodies of that. So I was appreciative of the the morphing.
The morphing of it. Think of it as a song Pokemon or something like that. It's morphed into Charmeleon has morphed into Charizard or something.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like you became the Pokemon Go of TikTok.
I became the Pokemon Go of TikTok.
I got to catch them all. I was
good.
on pins and needles waiting for the next line and beat to drop.
You know, if I can do anything, it's interesting. Like this, obviously, my record label is so happy with how we're showing the my fans these new pieces of music. And it's like, I don't think it's been done in this way before. But it was really just a way for me to show people, something different on people's For You page that wasn't dogs, cats, or rats even. Just something maybe to musically inspire people. Like when I made Lightswitch, I wasn't even planning to, make a song. I was just like, oh, let's just show everyone how a song is made. And it can sound like anything. But now here we are talking about it being out.
I need you to do me just one solid favor. And I know that you go from radio station to radio station talking to people, but at the end of the day, just dedicate 3 minutes to Rat Talk. You're going to have a rat for the next song.
You're actually, by the way, one of the first that I've spoken to today. So I know today is going to be, if everything is as good as it's right now, like after this, I mean, watch it not be, but watch this be my favorite. But I will go on Rat Talk after.
Okay, thank you. All right, the next song, I need Rat Talk worked into it. Okay, was this your plan when it came to Lightswitch? Like, how did it come, this like social media viral campaign? And is that truly how you go to forming your songs? Is that really where your artistry comes? You just hear a sound and go with it?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I make my songs every day. I just never thought that people would want me to document it and show it. And I certainly didn't think it would be part of my song rollout plan, as we call it in the industry.
Lightswitch is out. And did you expect it to be the hit that it is? Because I feel like it's been a hit 4 months before it was actually released.
I remember when I put it out, Katy Perry, who's a good friend of mine, will always troll me in the comment section. She, when I said Lightswitch is finally out, she wrote me and was like, I thought this song has been out for 5 months. So kind of a double-edged sword, but I just wanted people to get super familiarized with it before it became an official release, if that makes sense.
Did you? Yeah, I think they were really familiar with it. In fact, I can't tell you how many times during the day when I'm just driving in my car, listening to nothing, and I'll hear, you turn me on like a light. So thank you for that earworm.
Testament to and I'm not saying this is like the best song in the world. I certainly love this song, but if anyone's ever making a song, it would, just put something distinctive, very distinctive in there, because you might, like you said, you might be half listening with the radio on like volume 5 and not really be listening for any music, just having some like, background noise. But if you hear something that's super distinctive and it's in your subconscious, when you making it to 11 and turning it up really loud, you're going to maybe remember it. But I made Stay by the Kid Leroy and Justin Bieber, and I think the distinctive feature of that song is ba 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 bum bum bum, like almost like a David Foster 1995 piano part in a pop song.
Right. I want you to think back to when you're like 12 years old. Okay. Little time blast. Did you see yourself in 15, 20 years having billions of streams, billions of views across the platform, or were you across multiple platforms, or were you just like a kid that liked making music and hoped that it stuck somewhere?
I'm still that. I'm just not a kid anymore, but I'm still that person. I have no idea if I just know that when I put out a song, it's something that I would want to show my best friends and my family. And it's something that I'm super proud of. If I'm not super proud of it, no one's going to hear it. That's why, like, you can hear my entire album of what I'm working on TikTok. Usually artists are very secretive about, their artistic process, and that's cool. But like, I'm on the other side of the spectrum where I just want to overshare everything. I want people to feel like they wrote these songs with me.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job about that. And I feel like you're the first artist who's been, or at least the first artist that I've seen that's been able to do that and to invite your listeners along the way, which is quite impressive. And I think, social media has obviously allowed you to do that, but it definitely gives you, I feel like, a more dedicated artist, or excuse me, a more dedicated fan base, if that makes sense. Like, they feel more involved.
They definitely feel more involved. And I feel that on the other side of things too. And even in real life scenarios, I'll be filling up my car for $10 a gallon here with gas, and somebody will say that they love my music. That didn't used to happen to me. So I'm super grateful that the fan base is expanding, growing to new horizons.
Have you ever had a not fan come up to you and say like, I hated that song? Or are people generally just able to keep that to themselves? Because in the world of online, people can't keep their little fingers to themselves when it comes to comments.
Yeah, that's fine. I want people to be passionate about my music, and passionate can go both ways, where they can passionately dislike something or they can passionately love something. And I want them to passionately dislike something. Like, I don't get bothered when people, this Lightswitch record, it's the worst. So it's the worst. It sounds like everything he's put out. It's too fast. It's too silly, whatever. But like, I want them to, and I really, truly, honestly don't feel any sort of way about it, because I'm honored that they have an opinion about it. If they wrote nothing or were like, yeah, it's all right, like they have nothing to say about it, then I'm just like, oh, that's like sword to gut, like the worst feeling ever, because they had nothing to say about it. I want them to be passionate on the right side, and yeah, it's great when they love it too.
I think that speaks to you though too as an artist, when your confidence is not built upon the praise of people. You're saying, hey, I like this, I hope you like it. If you don't like it, that's cool. I recently read a book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and that kind of mentality plays into it. Okay. With your permission, I actually have a big fan of yours here in the studio, and she was hoping to ask you a couple questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right. It was nice to meet you. Here comes Jules, and she'll wrap us up.
No.
Yes. A couple questions. If you could collab with anybody in the future, who would it be and why?
Oh. Someone asked me this yesterday, and the answer remains Paul McCartney, because I loved how he was able to incorporate his knowledge of classical, voice leading and melodic structures, stuff you'd hear on a violin, into banging Beatles records that from 1960 to like 1980. It's just unbelievable. So I'd say Paul.
Paul McCartney, sweet. Okay. What music genre would you never try?
Would I never try?
Never.
Probably, I don't know. I'm the kind of person that wants to make a country album one day. I want to explore every genre of music.
Oliver Tree just made a country album. So, I mean, it's not country. It's kind of like alt, but yeah.
I love Oliver Tree. My friend's very good friends with him. I think he never breaks character. I don't know. Probably like tribal music where there's no melody and it's just drums. I'm with it.
Thank you.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate your time. I think you're so cool, very inspirational for me. So thank you.
But that's all I'm
For
trying.
real.
Very nice of you. That's all I care about.
No, thanks, man. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for talking with me.
Thanks, Bad Juju. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Billy.
And that's it. You want to follow Juju? Here's her handle. You want to follow me? Here's where you can do that. You want to follow Charlie Puth? Well, too bad. I'm just kidding. You can also follow Charlie Puth. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because that helps me out, okay? It just does. Okay, bye!